What's up, guys? Welcome to the information page for my upcoming program, Awaken, starting on May 16th. In this video, I'm going to introduce myself, share a little bit about myself, share what the program is about, the teachings that I'm going to take you through and the transformation it will create. And then I'm going to get into the logistics of how everything works. So for those of you who are new to me, my name is Andrew Pierce. I've been working as a professional coach and mentor for coming on 8 years now. And in that time, I have dove deeply, to say the least, into consciousness, shadow work, ego, spirituality, human behavior, masculine, feminine, inner child, and more. And I really love teaching spirituality. I really love teaching and helping and guiding people through being internally still, being internally present, and then living a guided life, a surrendered life, a life where you are led by what comes through you, by what you want to create in the world, by what you want to express in the world. And then trusting that the better that you get at listening and receiving and then following guidance, the better your life will be. Because that sounds fucking awesome, doesn't it? I think it sounds fantastic. I know it's a good time. I live it. And so I want to share it with you as well. So you will have found your way to this information page, to this video, if you're someone who is in a position where you're either beginning to wake up to personal growth and spirituality, or you're wanting to deepen your spiritual connection and you have the belief that this is what will bring everything else about that you're looking for. That this is what will solve the current problems and challenges that you're experiencing, and this will then manifest the things that you want. Because the more that you connect to yourself, to the self, to the present moment, the more you will become an energetic match for what is right for you and what is meant for you, and then it will come into your life in an easy and effortless way. And not only that, it's also about the internal states of peace, calm, stillness, silence, flow, fulfillment, satisfaction, love, connection, inspiration, where you're not just on the hamster wheel or in the rat race, doing the do, bored, disconnected, unfulfilled, and always chasing something. You have an intrinsic sense of value and fulfillment and experience because that is what the moment is, and you have become more aware of yourself as it. You've become more connected to what it is and who you are. And so it's a pleasure to have you here. So you're coming from a place where there is some stress, there is overanalyzing, there is being stuck up in your head overthinking, there is doubt and second guessing yourself. You know, you're in a position of making this transition in your life from something that really you've got yourself where you are now from your conditioning, not from your heart, not from your soul. And you've begun to realize that. Or you are got a bit of heart and soul going on and you're really wanting to deepen that. And it's how do you effectively make that transition? Well, there are 3 core relationships that I talk about that I help people through to make that transition. And the first one is our relationship to fear and pain. The better that you understand fear and pain, the more that you can be internally still with yourself, you will effectively go through phase number 1, which is, I refer to as a sense of washing out. I don't know if washing out doesn't sound like the term I usually use. Flushing out, that's it. Flushing out, where normally we are doing so much internally. We're pushing that away, we're fighting this, we're trying to force that manifestation, we're trying to overanalyze that. There's just so much happening internally, meaning that nothing can move. Nothing can actually shift because you're so in your own way. Phase 1, changing your relationship to fear and pain, is about mastering the art of surrender and internal stillness, where you then flush out the conditioning that's got you here and the beliefs or the fears or the limitations that have kept you where you are. One of my favorite mentors, Kyle Cease, says, we can always measure what we'll lose, but we can't see what we'll gain. And so surrendering to the uncertainty is what this first phase is about, being internally still, being with the fears, the doubts, the insecurities, the pains, the shadows that say, no, don't do that, do this. So that you can come to a place where you flush out all this old conditioning, all these old identities of who you thought you've always been, so that you can enter phase 2, which is changing your relationship to desire and self-expression. Because as you are transitioning, you will then come to a point of, well, who am I really? What do I want to do? What do I want to express in the world? Who do I want to be? What do I want to create? And this is about changing your relationship to desire and self-expression, because many of us have shame and guilt and embarrassment and judgment simply around the fact that we desire, that we want more. But it's a natural part of the human experience. And then there is also the element that I believe living a life by design is the most vulnerable thing that we can do, because it's a direct expression of self. When you are doing what you want to do, you're saying to the world, this is who I am. But when you're doing something and justifying it behind, it makes good money, or you've got to pay the bills, or, this is what mum and dad always did, so I didn't really have a choice, did I? We can hide ourselves behind our choices. But even they are an expression of self in that moment. So it's really about finding or allowing who you are and what you want to express and create in the world to come through. And it all starts with surrender in the first phase. And then the third phase is looking at trust and creating in the world differently, where you don't need to put in 1,000,000 hours and push and force and hustle and grind to make things happen, but you can instead trust and allow and receive. Now, all of this is a part of the awakening process, and the way in which I will help you guys to do this is by primarily focusing on your awakening, your connection to self. You're allowing both the pain, the fears, and insecurities to come up and out, and also the desires and the wants and the expression to come up and in and integrate into a new state of being. All of this is a process of awakening. It is what life is doing at all times, trying to wake itself up to itself so that it can experience itself. And that's the process that I take you through in the Awaken program. There's some guided meditations, there's some pre-learning content that you can get stuck into around emotional mastery, internal stillness, and surrender. There are processes and insights to more deeply understand and connect to your desires. There are processes to identify where you're doubting and therefore where you need to increase your trust. And the undercurrent of the entire program, the theme is, internal stillness, expansion of awareness, and realizing that you already are what you're seeking, and going through your days presently, receiving, listening, following, being guided, and being led, whilst trusting the entire process. So it's going to be a good time. How it works. We kick off May 16th. There are 4 group coaching calls that we do on Zoom. They are at 7:30 p.m. Melbourne, Sydney time on the Tuesday night of the program. The program is run and facilitated within a private Facebook group. It's where I will post the Zoom recordings. It's where I will do 1 to 2 extra trainings per week. And then there's also a Telegram support chat. What this is it's a text and voice messaging service. It's like WhatsApp. It's like Facebook Messenger. This is where you can get daily access and daily coaching to me Monday to Friday. It's such a great thing that I've added into my programs and creates an awesome atmosphere and support and access. And so across these 3 platforms, the program is ran and delivered and facilitated very successfully and effectively to give you the transformation that you need, which will be getting out of your head and being present in the moment, getting off the hamster wheel, out of the rat race, and finding purpose, fulfillment, satisfaction, belief, connecting to self-value, confidence, where you will manifest a life where you do the work that you love, the work that you love pays for the lifestyle that you want to live, the lifestyle that you want to live has peace, freedom, balance, enjoyment, and fulfillment. That's what is designed in the Awaken program. I'm just thinking if there's anything else to add in. You keep everything afterwards so that you can go over it when necessary. There's a limited amount of spots. At the time of shooting this video, we've got 11 spots left. Program price is $700. I'm pretty sure that's everything. So if you have any other questions though, find me on Facebook or email or whatever it is and let me know. Otherwise, check out the rest of the information that is on this page and click the link, join, and I'll see you in the group. Take care.